So today I am here to discuss one of the most important question that has been asked in JEE Advanced 2022. So here is what the question says. Consider the hyperbola x square by 100 minus y square by 64 is equals to 1. So I'll put question over there. You can see here x square by 100 minus y square by 64 is equals to 1 with foci at S and S1 where S lies on the positive x-axis. Let P be a point on the parabola in the first quadrant. Let angle SP/S1 equals to alpha with alpha less than pi by 2. The straight line passing through the point S and having the same slope is that of the tangent at P to the hyperbola intersects at the straight line S1P at P1. Let delta be the distance from P from the straight line is SP1 and beta equals to S1P. Then the greatest integer less than or equal to beta delta by 9 sin alpha by 2 is. So here in such type of questions, at first what all you have to do is try to draw the diagram. Fine. So in this particular question also I will try to figure out what diagram of this question looks like. So here what you have to focus on is the given hyperbola is x square upon 100 minus y square by 64 is equals to. This question was asked by one of my student and that moment I definitely solved it, but what I found out is that in this question there are some couple of concepts, very important concepts that I want to share with all of you guys. And this question was asked in JEE Advanced 2022. So this is very critical question, and if you would have done this question, definitely you would have been awarded 3 marks for this question. So this question was in section 1, question number 7, and it was paper 2 of JEE Advanced 2022. So let's see how to approach such type of questions and how to solve this one. So here the given hyperbola is x square upon 100 minus y square by 64 equals to 1. So first let's try to find out what the diagram of this question looks like, because obviously this question is of conic section, and for questions related to conic sections you must approach all the concepts through diagram only. Then it would be very easy to figure out what the question is asking. So let's see here. Here as you can see, this one is considered as if you compare it with standard hyperbola, this is considered to be a square and this is to be b square. Here you can see a is greater than b, so the hyperbola would be like this way. Okay, this is the hyperbola the question is looking for. And what question says, with foci at S and S1 where S lies on the positive x-axis. So here S lies on the positive x-axis means, let's say this is our positive axis, so S is over here and this one is of course S1. Okay, let P be a point on the hyperbola in the first quadrant. See here there is any point P on the hyperbola on the first, so this is our first quadrant, so I am putting one point P over there. Let SP/S1 equals to alpha, angle SP/S1. So here SP, this is the point P, and S1, this is what they have given, alpha. Okay, this angle is alpha, and here also one condition is given that alpha is less than pi by 2. Okay, we'll consider that alpha is less than pi by 2. So right now what I am doing is I am simply figuring out the diagram of this question, whatever the question is asking. Okay, the straight line passing through the point S and having the same slope is that of the tangent P. So here let's draw one tangent over P over here. So this is the tangent passing from point P, and the straight line passing through the point S. Through the point S, one straight line is passing and having the same slope as that of tangent P. Same slope as that of tangent P means it is parallel to this line, okay, the tangential line, parallel P to the hyperbola, okay, intersects the line S1P at P1. S1P. So this line is going over here somewhere and this is intersecting it at point P1. Let delta be the distance of P from the straight line SP1. SP1. Let delta be the distance of P from the straight line SP1. Okay, so this SP1 is the line, okay, and the distance of this line from the point is given as delta, that is the perpendicular distance, okay. Here, so the perpendicular distance is this one, right, that is given as delta. And beta is equals to S1P, and this S1P is the length given as beta, okay. Yeah. So the question is asking the greatest integer less than or equal to beta delta upon 9 multiplied by sine alpha by 2 is, okay. So let's figure out what all we have to do in this question to find out beta delta upon 9 and sine alpha by 2. This is what we have to find out. So here you can see that this angle, okay, S1PS, angle S1PS, this is being bisected by a tangential line, right? And here in hyperbola there is one property that if any tangent at point P, okay, that is making angle with two foci, then that angle is bisected as alpha by 2 and alpha by 2. That acts as a angle bisector. So this becomes alpha by 2, this is also alpha by 2 because S1PS was alpha, right? Okay. So now one more thing what you can see that if I extend this line further and if I join one line over here making perpendicular to the tangential line from the focus S1. So what we see is that we have two perpendicular lines, two perpendicular distance joining tangential line from two focus. One is S1, this one. So let me call this one as M, suppose, okay, M, and let me call this one as D1. D1 is the perpendicular distance to the tangential line from the focus S1, and let this D2 be the perpendicular distance from the point S to the line tangential line, right? So this one D2, and from here you can see that since this is the perpendicular distance between the two lines, delta, that has been already given in the question. So from there only I can say that this D2 is also equals to delta, because perpendicular distance between two lines at any point is same. And here the perpendicular distance to the tangential line from the focus S1 is D1. That is what we have supposed here, okay. So the next concept involved in this question is that in hyperbola, okay, in hyperbola the perpendicular distance, listen carefully, the perpendicular distance from the two foci, okay, to the tangential line, the common tangent, okay, the distance, perpendicular distance to the common tangent from the two foci, their product is always equals to b square. Remember what I am saying is this d1 into d2 is going to be b square for sure. This is what I was saying earlier. So this here now we can see here that this d1 is s1m, and again what we can write is s1m is see, for this sine alpha by 2, for this sine alpha by 2, what you can see is you know trigonometric ratio is p by h, right? So this sine alpha by 2 becomes p is what for this one, d1 upon, and hypotenuse is s1p, that is beta. So this d1 can be written as beta sine alpha by 2. Okay, d1 equals to beta sine alpha by 2. And here you can let's substitute this both values d1 and d2 over here. What do we get? d1 we have beta sine alpha by 2, and d2 we have delta is equals to b square, what we have, that is 64, given 64. Now if you see the question, you know they are asking beta delta upon 9. So here we don't have 9 anywhere, so let's put it, let's divide both sides by 9. What we get? Dividing by 9, dividing by 9. Here you get beta delta upon 9 sine alpha by 2 is equals to 64 divided by 9 is 64 divided by 9, 9 7 63, 1.091. So we are getting 7.1. So now if you see the question, you know here at last they have said that then the greatest integer less than or equal to greatest integer, they are talking about greatest integer function. And in mathematics we have learned that greatest integer function means we have to take the nearest greatest value possible. So here beta delta upon 9 sine alpha by 2 is equals to 7.1. and as we know, as I have already taught you, that greatest integer function is always equals to the nearest integral values. So this is exactly 7. Okay, so this is what the question was asking. And if you would have done like this, or you whatever either way you do, in the exam you don't have to follow all these steps, simply you could have done, but your correct answer is 7. Most of the students get wrong by getting it 7.1, but since the question already said that it should be greatest integer, right? So the answer becomes 7. So this is it for today, I mean for this question. And if you have any similar questions, if you are facing any doubt, then definitely let me know. I will try to solve the question and put it online. Thank you.